Breaking news. Operation Epic Fury has officially begun targeting the regime in Tehran. Intelligence reports confirm that the regime has launched attacks on 12 different nations. In a major geopolitical shift, the United Kingdom has signalled its full military support.
The British Defense Secretary is currently on the ground at the strategic base in Cyprus.
United States strategic bombers are now scheduled to land at Royal Air Force bases tonight. These heavy strategic assets will be fully operational and joining the fight within days.
Tensions have exploded on the northern front as the regime launches strikes on Azerbaijan.
Officials in the capital report that 2 suicide drones have struck the international airport.
Emergency sirens are wailing as debris from the attacks landed near civilian infrastructure.
The government has immediately closed all airspace near the border to prevent further loss. The Defense Ministry of Azerbaijan has issued a stern vow of immediate retaliation today. Moving to the Gulf, regional leaders report intercepting hundreds of incoming projectiles.
Night skies over Qatar were illuminated as defense systems engaged hostile ballistic threats.
Despite the heavy barrage of interceptors, some projectiles have managed to penetrate defenses.
The regime in Tehran is striking indiscriminately at both military and civilian targets. Their objective appears to be total destruction of infrastructure across the entire region. Back in Washington, the administration is firmly rejecting claims that the operation was invalid.
Critics are asking why the United States felt compelled to launch this massive offensive now.
The commander-in-chief did not make this decision in a vacuum or without significant cause. This operation is a direct response to the cumulative effect of months of specific threats. The White House confirms that the regime poses an imminent and direct threat to national safety.
Analysts warn that the regime's strategy is designed specifically to widen this conflict.
Their goal is forcing the United States to burn through valuable high-tech interceptors.
They're also threatening commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz to raise oil prices. This tactical expansion explains the recent sudden strikes in Turkey and Azerbaijan. Reports confirm explosions near the international airport in Abu Dhabi just moments ago. The United Arab Emirates has been targeted more frequently than any other regional ally.
Defense officials in Qatar state that they have intercepted 13 ballistic missiles.
Bahrain has faced a massive swarm of 124 drones in 24 hours.
Defense systems successfully destroyed 88 of them, while the rest fell into the sea.
Intelligence suggests the regime is holding back some ballistic reserves for a long war.
Central Command has released new footage showing strikes on mobile missile launchers.
However, the regime has constructed vast underground cities to store their arsenal safely.
Satellite imagery obtained from January clearly shows these fortified subterranean bases. The United States is now deploying 2,000-pound bunker busters to destroy them.
These heavy munitions are the only way to penetrate and neutralize these missile cities. Intelligence estimates there are more than a dozen of these fortified complexes operational.
The military is also utilizing long-range precision missiles developed for these targets.
These advanced systems allow commanders to hit time-sensitive targets with extreme accuracy.
They can fly hundreds of miles further than previous tactical systems used by the Army.
The new PRISM missile destroys targets more than 310 miles away.
Each launch pad holds 2 rounds capable of devastating precision strikes immediately.
The Pentagon has now released the names of 5 American soldiers killed in Kuwait.
One victim was a resident of Iowa, commissioned as a Signal Corps officer in 2012.
Another brave American was also killed during the drone attack on the base in Kuwait.
Given the seriousness of the injuries, the death toll could unfortunately rise today.
There are 6 total casualties, and we have learned the names of 5 of the fallen. Our thoughts go out to all the families who have lost loved ones in this attack. Joining us now is a senior geopolitical analyst to discuss the situation in Beirut.
Civilians have started to evacuate southern Lebanon to avoid the coming conflict.
We must discuss the destabilizing role of the regime versus the rest of the region.
One of the most revealing facts is that these attacks have touched 12 countries.
From the United Arab Emirates all the way to Azerbaijan, the violence is spreading.
This tells you absolutely everything about the true nature of the regime in Tehran.
This is no longer a country defending itself, but a regime exporting total chaos.
Critics argue that such aggressive behavior has absolutely no place in modern society.
The regime is targeting civilian infrastructure in the midst of their own chaos.
Their strategy has always been death by 1,000 cuts across the entire region.
They launch drones here and arm dangerous proxy militias to destabilize the area.
That strategy only works if the United States hesitates to respond with full force. The days of abandoning red lines in the sand are officially over for the U.S.
Leadership will no longer play nuclear roulette with the regime in Tehran.
The administration is sending a very different and clear message to the world.
The United States is prepared to respond wherever American interests are threatened.
America's warriors are currently delivering retribution across the theater.
Adversaries should reconsider their choices when senior leadership is targeted. We heard it directly from the Central Command and the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
The new strategy involves pulling back and utilizing the PRISM missile system.
This allows forces to strike a tight circle from 300 miles away.
Analysts are now discussing exactly what phase of the operation we are in.
We are in a phase where forces will continue to pound military targets.
The goal is to ensure they cannot reconstitute their army or respond in time.
A number of other countries are now responding to the aggression as well.
Multiple regional actors are now openly pushing back against Tehran's influence.
Nations that were silent before are joining the coalition against the regime.
It shows just how destabilizing their behavior has been for decades.
The entire region is finally pushing back against the exported chaos.
Neutral countries are realizing you cannot stay silent in this conflict.
One single regime has managed to attack a dozen countries in just a week.
The international community has tolerated this aggression for way too long.
We are systematically dismantling their machinery and missile facilities.
Proxy armies and air defense networks are being destroyed across the map.
The goal is ensuring we never have to pay a heavy price domestically. The question remains for nations like Azerbaijan caught in the middle.
Will they fold into the coalition to protect their own citizens now?
They must decide whether to deploy their own missile defense systems.
The answer seems to be a resounding yes for collective security.
The true strength of Western security has always been collective defense.
Especially as we see drone strikes targeting multiple locations at once.
This aggression warrants a much larger and integrated defense network.
Allies are sharing data and radar tracking in real time tonight.
The message is clear. Aggression will be met with overwhelming force. Operation Epic Fury continues until all military objectives are met.
We will keep monitoring the situation on the ground closely for you.
Stay tuned to the Strategic Pulse for continuous updates on this war. Please like and subscribe to support our independent coverage. Leave your thoughts in the comments on this developing situation. Reporting for the Strategic Pulse, stay safe and stay informed.
Visual montage only. IVIS. Music swells. Good night and Godspeed.